I think Jimmy and maybe Roman helping him retain that belt for them to maybe get him to get that trust back from them and maybe join them and get them ready for Survivor Series. That's how I could see him joining.
Would WWE sign Daniel Bryan, or would Daniel Bryan come back to the WWE and if he has retired, come out of retirement?
I think he should. Like, you look at what WWE is doing right now.
So, like, those are two hints at a Brock Lesnar return. Do you think it's in the works?
I think that's going to happen. I don't know.
I think Cody's storyline right now is just everywhere. Because,
it is,
like, I know now he's focusing on Gunther, but you got Kevin Owens in the picture, you got Randy Orton in the picture.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Touchline Podcast, Wrestle Talk edition. If you're new here, please smash the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to our channel, and our socials will be down below.
And but before we begin, I want to give a big shout out to you guys for voting us Podcast of the Year, boys. What an achievement, man. Thank you to everyone who voted on the survey, man. Much appreciated. All the love, likes, comments on the videos and stuff on all socials. Doesn't go unnoticed. We love you guys all to death. And yeah, no, it was what an achievement, boys.
Yeah, man. Like, of course, it's something small, but still it's something to be happy about. Again, the fans voting us as the best podcast
because
of the
how
year.
many podcasts are there, you know? Who's doing, like, the people are doing the same thing we're doing. And to be, you know, voted podcast of the year.
Look, it's a step in the right direction. I think there's, again, just the beginning. I think there's many more to come. Hopefully in the future, we're going to get bigger. And we're very grateful for the votes. And I'm glad to get the podcast of the year.
Thank you to everyone who voted. Appreciate it. And we keep on grinding. We keep on going. And in another episode today, Wrestle Talk edition.
Yeah, let's get straight into it. Now, Raw just happened today. Well, pretty lackluster, didn't?
I think it was a bit better than last week.
Nah, I think last week's was
better. It was a bit down for this week. It was
a bit better.
Nah, it's gonna get better, but
anyways, but what do you think of it as a whole? Like,
again, I think what Bill said. I think it was a bit. I think even though last week I said before I'm not a fan of the 2 hours. Yeah. I still think it's the same. It's pretty basic. I think maybe just a bit better, like bit better for me. But it was a normal show, I guess.
It was a normal show.
Normal show, nothing special.
You could put it to the 2 hour factor that it's not 3 hours anymore. But hey, SmackDown's 2 hours and they're killing it every week.
That was one of the first few shows they actually killed. Yeah. I think the main thing about Raw, the one that was like popped everyone's eyes out was the Jimmy coming.
Yeah, Jimmy coming back.
He was in Jay's locker room. Yeah. I think that was the standout of Monday Night Raw. Yeah. But apart from that, as I said, I think it was a bit better, but not a lot happening on Raw. I think SmackDown's going to be the better show for.
Let's talk about that. Jimmy coming back. Yeah. What did you make out of it, boys? Him trying to console Jay into coming back into the Bloodline.
Look, to be honest, when he walked into the locker room and he saw his brother reacted is like, just get off me, like don't talk to me. But I do understand how we all, like said before, about the storyline, how it's going to start beginning again with the Bloodline. It's going to take some time for him and his brother to come back together to reunite. And even with main event Jey Uso, like with his IC title reign as well, I think it's going to be coming to an end very soon because I think Bron Breakker will be taking the title off him. So if he loses that title, I think that's when Jey Uso starts stepping up with his brother and Roman Reigns because they need Jey Uso.
I mean, he can keep the belt and still be part of the Bloodline.
Personally, I think Jimmy and maybe Roman helping him retain that belt for them to maybe get him to get that trust back from them and maybe join them and get them ready for Survivor Series. That's how I could see him joining.
That's a good take.
But there could be any other ways that he could join.
Yeah, but like if he keeps the belt, like I don't think I'd love him to lose it because I want Bron Breakker to win. Yeah. At the same time, I feel like they don't need it, but like I feel like it's a nice feather on the cap for the original Bloodline because Tama Lola's got the tag titles and I feel like they somewhat need the title in a way.
Yeah. Again, with Jimmy, I think it's going to just take time for him to, ease up to his brother, Jay. It's going to take time. It was good to see that now that storyline's starting to evolve. It's just getting started. But Jay will come around. Jay will eventually fall into place and, return. Maybe not officially return to the Bloodline, but just help him out for the Survivor Series War Games that's happening in a few months. Yeah. And on Bron Breakker's point, today on Raw, I really liked what he did. When I see him, I just see that this guy, and we've said a few like before, but this guy's gonna be like. He's already got that face look about him.
Yeah.
Like he's just smashing it. And I loved what he did today on Monday Night Raw. It was like very good.
He's similar to Goldberg, bro. Like because he's like so dominant and his speed, like it's so crazy. Especially like when he goes into the ropes and he goes like for the spear. Bro, he's got a big future. I think he's going to be a world champion very soon.
Nah, he will, man.
I think he's going to dethrone Gunther very soon. But I want to get back to our point with Jey Uso's situation.
Yeah.
You like how you said if he's going to just jump in for the time being. I'm going to disagree on you because I think him and his brother should get back together, back to the title picture again, the World Tag Team titles.
Nah.
I want to see it again, bro.
Not anymore.
They've been dominating for all those years.
Well, they've been dominating together for all those years. But now it's time for them to have their singles run.
Yeah, because Jay's already won the belt.
Yeah.
He wants more now. Like he's not going to stop on this. I think eventually down the line, maybe they do make a reunion, as all tag teams do, as all groups do.
Yeah.
Eventually, it comes a point where they return. But I think Jay's journey as an individual has just only begun. One Intercontinental Champion, and the way he won it was good. And already him holding that belt, the few weeks he's been on the show, he's been absolutely superb. And I just think he's getting started. And I think Jimmy would want to do the same.
Yeah. Also, what happened on Monday Night Raw, I don't know if you noticed, boys. I don't know if you were listening to the promos. So first it was Seth Rollins, I think, that said Beast Slayer. And then Cody Rhodes in the promo against Gunther was saying he slayed the Beast.
Yeah.
So, like, those are two hints at a Brock Lesnar return. Do you think it's in the works?
I think that's going to happen. I don't know. I haven't heard any rumors or anything.
Brock Lesnar, I'm pretty sure was going to return. I think was a Rumble last year. Went for Gunther situation.
But it just didn't happen.
Vince came in and never happened. But yeah, I could actually see Brock Lesnar returning soon.
Bro, I think with Crown Jewel around the corner, who knows, man? Because those Saudis, they love the big names like a Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. They love it. So Goldberg might return. We see a bit of a hint there in a Bad Blood when Gunther was it Bad Blood?
Bad Blood
when they cut the promo. So I'm not saying they're going to face each other, but hey, that's a pretty big hint on Brock Lesnar on just one show. Beast Slayer twice mentioned in the same show. So I would love to see Brock Lesnar back. Let me tell you, if he comes back, would you put him in the world title picture?
Not yet, but you need to put him like with different faces. Like I reckon you should put like Brock Lesnar versus Bronson Reed. That'll be
it'll be mad, but I think he won't agree on it.
But he wants Rollins first.
He wants to make
Lesnar's coming in to get that title shot again. And,
no.
What's it called? I think Goldberg was, again, he had his moment with Gunther 2 weeks ago. So who knows? It could be like a Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg for, I don't know, one contenders match for Gunther's belt.
I don't think so. I don't think the fans would like it.
So if Goldberg was to come, what would he have then? Like a World Heavyweight Championship shot?
I truly don't know. I found that weird that he came back. Like the way he did.
Personally, I don't want him to return.
No, I don't think anyone does, man.
I don't want him to return.
But he's still fit, man.
As much of he's a legend of the sport. At the same time, bro, he's always been a bad wrestler. Go look at his Undertaker match. I think it was Crown Jewel.
Yeah, Crown Jewel. That was 2018, I think 2019.
Bro, like matches like that, him against Bray Wyatt, like he doesn't put on great performances.
Yeah.
Especially at his age right now. So do I want to see Goldberg back and probably face Brock Lesnar? Probably not. But if Brock Lesnar wants to come back, hey, maybe give him Cody.
Ooh, Cody.
I wouldn't mind seeing
back that story. Remember that story after Mania? Was it last year when he lost against Reigns?
Attacked him.
Yeah, and then he just attacked him.
I think Cody's storyline right now is just everywhere.
Because, it is. Yeah.
Like I know now he's focusing on Gunther, but you got Kevin Owens in the picture, you got Randy Orton in the picture, and now Brock Lesnar. Bill saying maybe he'll go. But
that makes that just makes the belt more prestigious now. Like everyone wants it.
It does, but like you want him to. I know it's good that we have the unpredictability. We don't know what's going to happen, but you don't want to have too many opponents, wanting that belt. Focus on one. Again, we don't know Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. We just don't know what's happening.
But hey, that's the beauty of it.
That which is good.
I think it makes sense for Brock Lesnar to go for Gunther's belt because I think McIntyre's on a break for now. Seeing Punk's not there. Yeah. Seth Rollins already's got Bronson Reed on his mind. Really no one's going for that belt.
And that's a great match. Lesnar and Gunther.
Ring
General versus the Beast Slayer.
Maybe Survivor Series. That could happen.
I think what I was trying to say is that I think Cody's got too many opponents. Even with The Rock coming in when he said he's going to take what he has, which means Cody might have the belt until Rock comes. So I think putting Brock with Gunther is the best position.
You know what? Like now that I think of it, Lesnar, Gunther, bold prediction, that will be match of the year if they ever face.
That will happen.
That'll be crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Even when that before the Royal Rumble, how everyone goes. I think it was going to be Gunther and Brock. There was a match in the making, but it didn't go through.
I think I was saying Royal Rumble. I think Brock will return, but I think he could make an appearance at Crown Jewels.
Yeah, I reckon Crown Jewel.
I think Gunther will win the belt.
Where else can it be?
I reckon he'll win that match against Cody, and I think then Brock comes.
Nah, you can't. I mean, I don't want to get into it, but he's not going to be placed as a second-tier champion, your WWE champion.
Yeah, it's true.
But
How
long
has no, I'm just saying, like, Brock Lesnar should appear at Crown Jewel, and that's when they can start building the storyline with him and Gunther together.
How long has it been since he was in the WWE?
Who?
Brock Lesnar?
Last year, actually. Last year since Cody Rhodes, when he turned on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
But I was going to say one thing. I don't know if you saw with Adam Pearce, he's saying about the World Tag Team. Because, bro, Judgment, they haven't been defending the tag titles.
It just, because we spoke about it, I think, last week.
Yeah, last week.
And he, like now, of course, storyline, he's realised that they haven't been defending it.
So I think now, Adam Pearce said that now they're doing a World Tag Team tournament. So they're going to get every tag team. And you saw the return today. War Raiders.
War Raiders, so
I reckon they're going to be the favourite to win.
Yeah.
Not AOP. I reckon War Raiders.
Chad Gable's group.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon they'll get
But they still got a long way to go, bro. They haven't even, had a few matches yet. But War Raiders, they've been there.
I don't think War Raiders.
Maybe AOP, they're dangerous too. AOP, they're dangerous.
I think that will help with the current storyline they got going on. AOP,
and even the Miz, how he turned on R-Truth, he's aligned with Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
So
Jey Uso helped the New Day today, and it looked like
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods was happy about that. You could
but
see
he's going to turn heel somehow.
He's going to turn heel, but I think it just sets back, what's going to happen. Like, we all know he's going to turn on him, but it just puts him back on the good books, Jey Uso with Xavier Woods. So, again, that delays what's going to happen with Xavier Woods.
Well, we did mention Cody Rhodes. Now, Cody Rhodes got his backstab, as we all know, by Kevin Owens. Now, on Friday Night SmackDown, Kevin Owens comes back and, he's not supposed to be there, tries to fight Cody Rhodes and then gets in the scuffle with Randy Orton. And then whatever happened. We see Randy Orton get beat up in one of the promo segments. Now we've seen Nick Aldis talk to Randy Orton in front of Cody Rhodes' bus. It's like, oh, now you're the voice of reason. And did you see the way Randy Orton gave Cody Rhodes his belt? Like a lot of people were saying, he was holding it for too long.
Yeah.
So and after that, Nick Aldis is like, oh, now you're the voice of reason, and he just gave him that stare. Like, bro, I found that weird. I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's something else brewing here. I think Randy Orton is with Kevin Owens. So do you think him and Kevin Owens are going to turn on Cody Rhodes?
Well, but then is there a point for? I think that it's a possibility that could be true. But then while I know Randy and Kevin Owens are mate, and he probably want him to win the belt, but I'm pretty sure Randy wants that belt as well.
Yeah, 100%. Because the way I see it, I feel like that segment where he was beating up Randy Orton was staged. And in another way, like the same thing what Cody Rhodes did to Orton, did to Owens, he did to Orton too, turn his back on him. Roman Reigns was his partner.
Yeah.
So, why wouldn't Randy Orton feel the same way? Is it because of their history? Look,
as we've seen that in a number of episodes where Randy was looking at the belt, just teasing around with this belt that he wants it. And again, what happened again, you could see something was a bit weird. So, you could say Randy could be on the verge of a heel turn with Kevin Owens. Again, when I was watching that fight breakout with Randy and Kevin Owens in the ring, the first fight, it did look a bit weird. Like, it didn't look like of course, we know WWE storyline, but at that moment, it looked like it wasn't real, if you know what I'm saying. So, it looked a bit weird. And after that, they went in the backstage and had that fight. So, there could be a potential where it's all planned to, fool and trick Cody Rhodes.
That'd be a great plot twist, man. Like, because now we're all focusing on Kevin Owens, the storyline his potential storyline with him and Cody Rhodes. But then we get hit with a left jab from WWE or a left hook from WWE. Randy Orton intervening in this storyline and turning on Cody Rhodes.
Just
imagine. That'd be amazing.
So I'm pretty sure they verse out. Would they verse out? No, not Survivor. No, you can't do that then.
Survivor Series.
Probably a normal match.
It'll be a normal match doing on Raw or SmackDown.
For which match?
For the belt.
Kevin Owens because they can't verse a Survivor Series maybe.
Yeah.
Depending on if he's.
It's too long still.
It's too long. I was gonna say that Randy might help Kevin Owens win it during the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Now after that, it might not happen now.
When's Survivor Series? November?
After
November? Yeah,
November it would be.
November, yeah. So it's around the corner.
I don't know.
So
I don't
it's
see,
not too far.
I
They can
don't
build
know
on.
if Kevin wins it. I don't know.
No, he won't win it.
I don't think he'll win it.
He won't win it.
Cody's
I
going to
see
retain
Randy
it.
winning
I think he'll be the vehicle to
Randy.
Randy Orton winning
Randy
the title.
will win it. I know Randy will win it. He's like he's due at like a championship. He hasn't even got like let alone a US champion or something like that. He hasn't got it ever since he's come back. So he needs a belt, man.
And if he does win a belt, it'll be that title. And maybe he'd win it.
Title,
maybe after Cody Rhodes dropping it to Randy Orton, that was maybe start the storyline between him and Cena.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to see.
And a potential 3 big PLE, you know.
Because there's no reason for WWE to keep on hinting Randy Orton trying to get that belt. There's going to be a time where I feel right now he's supporting Kevin Owens, but there's going to be a time where everyone's going to get shocked and he's going to win that belt. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to be very soon.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But now, moving out of WWE for a second, AEW Wrestle Dream. I don't know if you watched it, Anthony. Did you?
I saw the highlights. I missed out the
see Bryan Danielson.
I watched the match on YouTube actually.
So now Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, has retired. John Moxley retired
from a neck injury. That was horrific, bro. When John Moxley, Cesaro, aka Claudio, what's his name? Whatever his last name, and then you had his mate as well, Yodi as well. That grabbed the paper bag and put him straight into the thing.
Yeah.
And then Claudio just fucking stomps him on the bloody
neck.
Yeah,
so Bryan Danielson has retired now.
Yeah.
Now that sparks the question. Now, we all know wrestling retirement's never true. Like
it's never true.
How many pro wrestlers say they retire and they come back?
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
Edge.
Okay. Shawn Michaels had the biggest match in WrestleMania history against Undertaker. End of his career, came back. Now, Daniel Bryan, I don't think he signs. I don't think he does anything at AEW anymore as a journalist or a reporter or anything.
Nothing.
So do you think Daniel Bryan comes back to WWE?
Do you think John Moxley and Daniel Bryan's feud will just end like that? Like he ends his career, so maybe it's not over.
Maybe like on the legal side of things. I don't know what the legal side of things are, but maybe his contract's done with
maybe
AEW.
It is done, and
maybe that's his way of going elsewhere. So back to my question. Would WWE sign Daniel Bryan, or would Daniel Bryan come back to the WWE? And if he has retired, come out of retirement?
I think he should. Like, you look at what WWE is doing right now, what they're producing on the Triple H is incredible. And WWE are at his point where it's one of the best it's been in years. And I feel Daniel Bryan, it's a very attractive offer to come back to WWE. Seeing Punk's return back, Daniel Bryan, I think what Triple H can do to him. And personally, I like to see him to do with the White Six.
Yeah.
Like what he had with Bray Wyatt, he can get back into the storyline with that. Something around that. That's what I feel could happen. But yeah, I think it's a great option for him to come back.
Look, I would love to see Daniel Bryan coming back to WWE, but the problem is, where are you going to fit him in? Like, are you going to put him back into the world title picture, or are you going to put him in the mid card?
No, he's going to be a world title.
Yeah, but it's going to take him time. Yeah.
No, not take him time. You put him straight into that world title picture.
Yeah, but you got to put like good fighters, or good wrestlers actually. Like,
it'll be good to see Daniel Bryan back in that picture.
Yeah,
you know when he won the 2 belts at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I'd love to see him. Like,
because
yeah.
I was saying,
no, I was saying like growing up, we watched him, the Yes Movement.
100%. Yeah, we all loved him when he came in.
So yeah, it's just another, like how Randy Orton returned in Survivor Series, seeing Punk. It's just another thing to add to the collection.
But where would you put him at, Raw or SmackDown? That's a big.
Rather, but it's just.
But I feel like now it'll be easy. It'll be easier for Daniel Bryan to be world champion at WWE in this era, Triple H's era, than it was in Vince McMahon's era. Why? Because Vince McMahon had a certain look to a WWE champion. You know, the physique, the character. Not saying Daniel Bryan doesn't have the character, but just Vince McMahon had a certain look to his WWE champion. Yeah. Triple H is the opposite, man. If you're smashing it in the mid card area or working hard from the bottom up, you know, Triple H is going to reward you.
100%.
And I feel like if Daniel Bryan comes back, judging by what he's done in AEW, world title and whatnot, and just what he's done in the past, I feel like Triple H recognizes that and you know, would reward that. And I feel like he'd put him against, like, say if Cody Rhodes still champ at the time, if he comes back now, Cody Rhodes he put 5-star Dave Meltzer matches on.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
That's what I was just about to say, because he's already been a world heavyweight champion on Raw before, a long time ago. I reckon you put him on SmackDown and you can build like a rivalry with Cody Rhodes and that, like, later, or with Randy Orton.
I'm telling you.
Bring back the history. You remember with Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan back in 2014?
Is that a storyline you would like to see?
I would love to see that back. Bring back the old storyline, 2014. Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan. if Randy Orton wins and becomes undisputed.
There's more talent now to work with, man. A lot of great talent, even just the younger talent, man. I'd like to see him work with Bron Breakker, to be honest.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Again, it's the perfect time for him to come with the wrestlers they have, with the storylines they're building. You know, he'd probably want like a piece of that cake. So
if he's fit and healthy, I reckon he'd reach his third prime even.
How old
Because
is
his second prime was in AEW.
How old
I reckon
is he?
he'd smash it in WWE.
probably 40s.
40s.
In the 40s.
But he's still
40s,
fit.
Right? Bro, he's still smashing it.
He's still smacking
Yeah,
it.
so it'll be a great move. And who knows, Triple H probably, sees him as a potential and wants him in.
Imagine Daniel Bryan comes back and then, like you said last week about rumors, Jeff Hardy that might come back. Just imagine that. Look at all the wrestlers coming back to the business.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to see Jeff Hardy back.
I know.
Jeff Hardy's done.
He's actually done.
What about Edge? Do you reckon he can come back?
Edge has already done his prime, like with Judgment Day and.
No, he can come back. He can come
back. No, he can come back
as long as Christian comes back with him. I feel
what
like
about Matt Hardy?
Needs a return.
Imagine
Christian, we haven't seen him in a while,
need him
man.
back.
Christian's the biggest heel.
I know he won't return now, but just imagine Edge say was off contract at AEW, and then WWE signed him, and he helped them destroy Judgment Day.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
That would have been sick.
That would be mad.
There's a lot of things they can do.
Exactly, but there's another topic that I want to bring up. We haven't seen the Wise Man. When do you reckon he'll be returning back into WWE?
Well, he was on an interview with Roman Reigns. I
saw that.
I
think it was about with investing and business.
It was
and
with his company, and he was with him. So I found that a bit weird that in storyline, Paul Heyman's not there, and off storyline he was there. So I didn't like that. Because I'm sure they would have spoke to WWE. WWE said, no, we don't want Paul Heyman there because it doesn't fit their storyline. But I saw him there, which was a bit weird. So I don't know when they will bring him back. I think he's due. He needs a return. But honestly, I was saying that maybe The Rock returns again, but this time he's got Paul Heyman on his side, but Paul Heyman's being forced to stand by him.
I think with who, The Rock, you mean?
Yeah, but not he doesn't want to. He's being forced.
That'd be great.
I think
it'll be weird, but I think it'll be weird.
I think Paul Heyman will come back once there's a Bloodline for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
But I think because we all know it's going to be Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Jimmy, and Roman. Yeah. And what a way to make it the OG Bloodline without... You need Paul Heyman in that OG Bloodline. And without him, then it's like... Yes, you've got the Bloodline, but you need him by their side. And I think that's the perfect time for him to return.
I want to get one point as well, because they're saying that, how I mentioned it before, Umaga's son.
Yeah.
He's in the indie wrestling scenes. Apparently, he's going to get the call up soon. He's so young. But, bro, he's built like a tank.
I wouldn't sign anyone new to the
I know,
original
but
Bloodline.
you can't.
You're going to keep it original.
Yeah, no, you got to keep it original, but... You would fit Umaga's son into the Bloodline as well,
but
because they're the OGs.
That won't work, bro.
That's not OG.
It's not the OG Bloodline.
You can fit him into the new Bloodline.
No, he wants to be a face with
but he can't be OG.
I don't know. Triple H is doing something in the works,
but
bro.
you can't.
I know.
Yeah, but on Paul Heyman, I just don't see him returning because he doesn't have a theme song. Like, he can't have a big pop and return.
No, he can't. You don't need a theme song, man. You can just pop up out of nowhere.
Pop up and say,
if he helps them win.
What does he do when he comes out? Paul Heyman. He'll
like,
come out just like that, and people will get excited.
Yeah,
again, but I don't know when he'll return.
But Triple H is saying that he's gonna probably work with what's his name, Bron Breakker, because he needs a man. Yeah, Paul Heyman. They're saying that it could be in the works.
Maybe later. Not now.
But not now. After the Bloodline, I reckon he's gonna probably come with Bron Breakker. You don't know.
Yeah, but surely, Paul Heyman comes back. Surely.
Yeah, he has to come back soon. The better.
He has to.
Maybe he aligns with Brock Lesnar again. Who knows?
Nah. I think he's done with Brock.
No, he's done with Brock.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, everyone has their own opinions.
He betrayed Brock.
We'll wait
I think, was it 2 years ago?
But I reckon he's going to be regardless with Reigns and the Usos.
Yeah, that's
the OG.
Yeah,
that's the answer.
Got to keep OG. But now James Graham. I don't know. I don't know if you boys caught it. PWA made his wrestling debut. How great was it? He smashed it, bro.
He killed it.
Bro, he killed it.
He actually smashed it, man.
Bro, he leaped from the top turnbuckle.
I think a lot of people can do that on their debut.
Bro, like he did like a little double suplex. He did like a little
spear. He done.
Yeah, he did like I think he did a clothesline. Like it was your wrestling basic 101. But bro, he smashed it, man. Like I reckon, honestly, I reckon he's got a future in. I'm not saying WWE. I'm saying maybe in the indie scene, like PWA, like your promotions like that, like in Australia. Like I wouldn't mind seeing a James Graham.
Like that, well, like you look at even Grayson Waller, for example, he done good. Like him and James Graham had that beef offline, and then they put it into not Monday Night Raw,
PWA,
and then you can see that in WWE how we see like people offline, you know, talking shit, and then they bring it into the ring. So this is how we saw in PWA.
And the way they were carrying on with that storyline, like the way you mentioned it offline on the Bloodline podcast, the way like James Graham's acting skills, like it's still good, bro. Like the way he talked to Waller, even the way Waller would fight back and whatnot, back and forth, man. And it's just, you feel like you're invested into it, you know, and it all culminated into that match. And bro, like. See, like his T-shirt he had.
The Bullocks, blue and white.
His head on.
And he banged the Sapphires as well. One of them.
James Graham as the babyface of heel.
He'll be a heel, I reckon.
I reckon he'll be a great heel.
But with his accent, I think he'll fit in. I think he'll fit.
The crowd got behind him, man, and even Grayson Waller came and interfered into that match.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and he's falling his wrists as well.
Grayson Waller and Graham have a fight soon. PWA.
If he comes back, I wouldn't mind if PWA wants to do it and he wants to come back, Waller, if WWE allows him, bro, set it up.
I think he would want to do another one.
100%.
Or who wouldn't enjoy a wrestling event?
Look, sorry to say, but if PWA connects with WWE, imagine Grayson Waller calls out James Graham at WWE, and then he'll come to WWE.
I don't know if that happened, bro.
Look, I'm just saying,
a stretch.
If that's a big stretch, but if that happens, how would you react to it?
Bro, I'd go crazy.
I'll go nuts.
James
a Canterbury Bulldogs player that goes to WWE just for one thing, bro.
I was hoping his finishing move would be biting someone's ear. You know, bro. I wish it was that, but
wasn't Grayson Waller said bite his ear?
Yeah. I think the other opponent, I forgot his name. He bit his ear.
Yeah.
And but he smashed him, and even just his attire was mad too.
I love that the badge behind him. His face was on it. So yeah, it's good, and they should.
But PWA runs a great show, boys.
Nah, they actually do. They're actually one of the best in Sydney right now.
Bro, I was watching it, man. It's my first time really. I've watched one of their shows before, but didn't really watch it, if I'm being honest. But this one, I watched it like 2 nights, night 1 and night 2, bro. Fucking amazing, bro. They run a great show, that company, man. And it's they're one of the best, to be honest.
Yeah, they are one of the best in Sydney.
Good production as well.
They should bring, like again, the James Graham was a success. I reckon they'd be down to do other like famous Australian, you know, whether it's athletes or, you know, singers, whatever. They should
celebrities,
because in a way, like look at the way they did it. Like a lot of people, there was a lot. I noticed a lot of wrestling fans wearing their jerseys in the crowd. So like, it brings more eyeballs, man. Like celebrities, you know, like influence.
Even if you don't watch wrestling, just that person in general, I want to see this. You know, so it's a good business idea. But
I just found that fucking crazy. A 40-something. How was Graham? 40-something.
He's probably in the mid-40s.
A 40-something bloke was jumping off the top turnbuckle.
How crazy
to the crowd? But smash it. But anyways, anything you want to add, boys?
No,
that's a wrap up for Wrestle Talk this week, guys. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And catch you guys in the next episode.